Okay, so yesterday I posted this chart up in the Discord, which stated there were four call indicators and three put indicators on this chart that I will look for to make an entry, excluding the MACD and the RSI, and I wanted people to try to identify them. All right, so let's get into it. All right, first you want to get your pre-market high levels and your pre-market low levels. So get our pre-market high here, make these white, and your pre-market low. All right, and I'm also going to draw a box. Box just help us, I guess, try to do this in real time. So everything in this shaded box hasn't happened yet. Okay. All right, so we in pre-market, bell rings, market opens. We get our first candle here. Let me zoom in. So we get our first candle here. Candle opens below the pre-market low. And as you can see, there's a wick above the pre-market low. So it did break above it. But thing is, you want to wait for some confirmation. So we broke above it, came back down. We're waiting. Next candle opens. So then we get rejected at the pre-market lows. So we still waiting on this to break the pre-market high. I meant pre-market lows. We still waiting for it to break out above the pre-market lows. But as you can see, these two candles here are setting up as a potential 2-1-2 strat. So what we're waiting for is a break above this candle's high, which is still at the pre-market lows. So we're just waiting on the break of the pre-market lows. All right. And move along. Get into this candle. So now this candle, it broke above the pre-market lows. So that was one call entry point, which was confirmed by this potential 2-1-2 strat. Okay, so now we just move along today. Make this back. Okay, so we move along today. So now we have our next call indicator, which will be the break of the pre-market highs. Now we see this candle here broke above the pre-market highs. But remember, just like down here, you want to be patient, wait for some confirmation. We broke above it, we came back down. Next candle comes, we see this candle. So now this candle is setting up, these two candles here are setting up as a 2-2 bullish reversal strat combo, sorry. So what you want to do is wait for, just like down here, you wait for the break of the high of this candle for an entry. But ultimately, we're waiting on a break above the pre-market high. So when it broke above this, that was confirmation. When we break above the pre-market highs, that's your entry. So that's two call entries there, 2 out of 4. All right, then we move along today. Now you see we got a doji, right? At the same time, we're in an uptrend. So you want to get your trend line going. Sorry, grab that from the wrong point. All right, get your trend line going, right? I'm just gonna extend this. a little thicker, change the color. All right, so now we got our trend line. All right, got our trend line going, and then we also have our doji. Our doji at the top of a uptrend is a sign of a reversal. So we got one signal there, but we have nothing to confirm it. Next, we have another doji showing weakness. So what we want to do, we have that weakness showing. Now we're waiting for the break below this trend line. So we break below this trend line. That's one of your put entries. Move along the day. All right, now we say you didn't take this break of the trend line. You wanted more confirmation, or you just missed it. We can see as this is consolidating here, it's actually forming a bear flag. So if we draw our lines here, see what it's actually forming. Okay, so now we're forming a bear flag. Now we're waiting for a break below this bear flag. Now we broke below that bear flag. That's number 2. As far as a put indicator. So our first put indicator was the break of this daily trend line. And our next put indicator was the breakout below this bear flag. So we got 2 calls, 2 puts. Now, we also see this pre-market high. We could take that's another put indicator. Break below the pre-market high, which is backed up by the 8 EMA crossing below the 21 EMA, which my 8 EMA is this purple line, and the 21 EMA is this orange line. So we could have took a put there at the break below the pre-market high. So that's your third put indicator, which also I'm going to consider this one as your third put indicator as well. If you didn't want to take it at the break below this pre-market high, you could still have took it at the break below of this VWAP, which is this other white line, which would be backed up behind and confirmed from the break below the pre-market high and the 8 and 21 cross. So those are your 3 put indicators there. Now we got 2 more call indicators to find. All right. So then we move along the day. You ride those puts. Now we see we're starting to hit a support. So being on the lookout for a reversal. Now what's showing a reversal here is the bounce off this pre-market low. And it's a hammer candle at the end of a downtrend, which also signifies a reversal. So now we got some confirmation there. So what we want to do is wait for Let me erase that. Is wait for the price to break this high where it started consolidating. All right. So we want it to break this high. So when it breaks that high, that's entry there for your call. So boom, we're waiting. Let me extend that. Okay. Okay, you know what? Let's draw array. All right. So now we want to wait for it to break this high of this consolidation. So within this candle, that was our call entry right there. Could have took that. So that's 3 out of 4 calls. Now we got one more call entry. Stock is, day is going by. Boom. Now you can see right here, we had a little small uptrend and we start pulling back some. You can draw your trend lines here to see that you're forming a bull flag. All right. All right. So we got our bull flag. So now we're just waiting on a break above this bull flag. All right, we got our break above the bull flag, which is also confirmed by this 8 crossing back above the 21 EMA. So that's your fourth call indicator. Now, really, for the rest of the day, it was just consolidating. Really nowhere to get in, nothing to do. Just be patient, pretty much. So that was pretty much the end of that run. It just consolidated. You didn't want to take any calls or puts or anything in between this. All right, so let me erase this. So just to go back, our call indicators were the break above the pre-market lows, which was over here, which was confirmed by the potential 212 strat. Then our next one was the break above the pre-market highs, which also was confirmed by our 2-2 bullish reversal strat. The next call was the bounce off the pre-market lows, which was confirmed by this hammer candle being a reversal at the end of a downtrend. And we would take our calls above the top of this consolidation area. And then our next call was this bull flag it was forming, the breakout of the bull flag. So then we had our puts, which was the break of this trend line, or you could take the break below this bear flag. Then third, it was the break of the pre-market high, which was confirmed by the 8 and 21 cross. Or if you want to be a little bit more patient, you could have took it at the break of the below VWAP, which was confirmed by the 8 and 21 cross, as well as the break below the pre-market high. And yeah, so that completes this exercise. And I'm not saying there wasn't any more indicators on here, but these are just the things I look for and find them more have more probability to execute your play the way you want it to be executed. All right, so this was fun, and hope y'all learned something. And I guess I will holler at y'all tonight in the Discord as we'll have a live stream going over the watch list for the week. And hope y'all had a great weekend, and see y'all soon.